Hi there, Lee Farnell here. This is a No Frills podcast. I'm wanting to share with you some thoughts and ideas on selling more, serving more and prospering more, and at the same time empowering you, whether you're new to sales or whether you've been in sales for 20 or 30 years, or business or entrepreneur. I was just watching Robert Kiyosaki of Rich Dad, Poor Dad the other day say the number one essential skill you need, whether you're an entrepreneur or you're an employee, is the ability to sell and influence and persuade. Whether you're selling services or products, or whether you're selling ideas, you need to have the skills. I was watching another podcast the other day, a video on YouTube, and there was a great statement that said, you react to your highest level of training. In other words, let's say you're attacked late at night. Now, if you've got a black belt in karate or jiu-jitsu, you will react and respond to your highest level of training. That is, you've got a black belt and you probably don't defend yourself and actually sort the person out very easily. If you had no training in self-defense, then you're going to react to your highest level of training, which is probably scream, faint, or actually get beaten. The same is on the golf course. Let's say you've had little or no training on the golf course, and what are the chances of you consistently hitting the ball down the middle, whether it be with a 7-iron or with a wood, a number one wood? You'll react, you'll respond, you'll perform to your highest level of training. Whereas if you've had 10 years of coaching by a professional coach, your chances of hitting the ball down the middle are going to be pretty darn good. So the same being when it comes to business, you need to make sure you have high levels of training. Otherwise, you're going to perform in any sales situation to your highest level of training. And we see this in real estate, we see it in financial services, we see it in manufacturing. I was with a business owner the other week who produced patios for homes. And again, the highest level of training. In most cases, these guys just followed what their boss did. So when we gave them some different training, they immediately has doubled his average dollar sale because he is now got a higher level of training, a higher level of skills. But what I want to talk about today are 3 points that I see when people come to me. And in fact, I'm about to go to a meeting and the person's filled out our online survey, runs a business, quite a big business, 100 to 200 employees, and the areas they want to get better at. Because I asked the question, what are the top 4 to 6 business development, growth or people problem areas you want to get fixed? He said, 1, I want my people building better rapport and connecting with prospects and customers way better. He said that at the moment they're average to poor. He said the needs discovery questioning process that we've got is average to poor. He said our ability to pitch and present our product and services in a compelling way, average to poor. He said our sales management and sales leadership is not good enough. Our sales closing and sales conversion is poor and not delivering well enough. And he says it's costing them 10 to 20% at least in terms of performance numbers. He's talking about that this is lowered revenue and wasted opportunity and not getting the job done. So he says we want to get better at discovering needs and asking good questions. We want to get better at closing deals and getting more yeses. We want better management and leadership and communication with the team. We want better leadership and business transformation. So I'm going out there to talk to him about what we can do. What we have systems. The Colour Zone selling system is such a powerful both sales management, sales leadership system, but also the Colour Zone sales circle of life give people the tools, give them a higher level of training so they can perform way better. I'm going to give him 3 key action points he needs to do if he wants to actually play the game better. 1, we've got to capture, we've got to share, we've got to embed the sales playbook. Got to get a sales playbook. Let's capture best practice so we can find out what are the best people in the team doing, and let's capture it to systematize it and embed it into a sales playbook. That's one of our products, is the capturing of sales playbooks. Because once you've got the system, you can then both use it in training and induction, but you can share it so that you get continual improvement. We call it Kaizen. Kaizen, K-I-A, improve, make things better, make it more beautiful. Kaizen. We also use another principle the Japanese have called shuhari. Shuhari. Copy the master. Copy the master. NLP calls it modelling. Modelling excellence. Want to be a great golfer? Model a great golfer. Want to be a great dancer? Model a great dancer. Want to be a great salesperson? Model a great salesperson. Want to be a great entrepreneur? Model a great entrepreneur. Whether you're talking about Bill Gates or Elon Musk or whoever comes to mind, Warren Buffett, then model. What do they do? How do they do what they do? It doesn't take much these days to find out what these guys do, not the least of which all of them are committed to ongoing learning. And that's point 2. So point 1 is capture the sales playbook. Point 2 is have a coaching learning culture. How much learning goes on? What's the learning cadence? Which is why we are committed to what we call spaced repetition. Spaced repetition. That is, you don't do one-off sheep dip training where, we train our sales guys once a year. We talk about sales systems and sales processes once a year. No, spaced repetition. It needs to be on a daily, if not weekly basis, so that we build on and reinforce and take learning to the next level. Remember, people perform, you and I will perform, your people, you will perform to the level of training you've had. You can't perform greater than the level of training you've had, so you have to train your people to the level you want them to perform at. If you don't train them at that, you're relying on the fact that someone else has trained them, which is an assumption, as they say, ASSUME, makes an ass out of you and me. Don't assume, way too dangerous, that they've been trained by someone else. So step 1, sales playbook. Step 2, coaching learning culture. Now, by the way, if you want to get access to my latest brochure, which outlines all of the different interventions and coaching and training that we can do to help your people to embed it into your business, then take action. Say, hey Lee, give me that. Text me on 0412 945 402, 0412 946 +61 412 945 402. Lee, send me that brochure. How can I transform my sales? Well, we've got the plan, the blueprint, the plan. It's actually super comprehensive. And friends of mine say, Lee, you spend too much, you give too much away, and there's too much in writing. Keep it simpler. Let me put it very simply. The systems we have will increase your sales. The systems we have, when we put them in your hands, you'll increase your conversion rate, you'll increase your average dollar sale, you'll give your customer a better experience, you and your team will be more motivated, and you have a much better time making a lot more money. And I love, in fact, I have a passion for putting the tools into the hands of the people who want to be coached and trained to go to the next level. And by the way, the online academy is just so powerful. Over 150 different video lessons there, not American rah-rah, hype, baseball cap on backwards, simple, concise, understandable, impactful, how to make calls on the phone, how to prospect, how to ask the right questions, hard sell versus soft sell, time management. It's all there, and you can get access to it for a small monthly investment. We make it very affordable, very easy on a per user basis. So touch base with us. Let me put those tools into your hands. Sales playbook, step 1, capture, share and embed. 2, culture, coaching, learning culture. And 3, this is super important, is too many programs just focus on sales skills or business skills, which is all very well. We talk about organizational development, changing systems, changing processes. That's important, but what we know is where the real power is personal development. Personal development, the psychology of selling, the psychology of success, helping you and me, helping the person understand how the brain works, how the psychology works to help you play the game better. Some say it's as much as 80% psychology, 20% systems, because if you haven't got the right psychology for success, you don't understand how your brain works and get the most out of it, how can you play the game better? And so the program, the training, the coaching needs to involve personal development, attitude, state, modeling. What are you in control of versus not in control of? What are you focusing on versus not what are you focusing on? How are you using your brain to give you the best possible outcome? And that's why the learning culture needs to be a personal development culture. So as we say, you'll perform to the level of training you will also perform to the level of the psychology and the thinking that goes on between you and your people's ears. And so getting on the same page, alignment of thinking, alignment of psychology, alignment of empowerment is so important. So we want to find out more, want us to help work with you to sell more, serve more, prosper more, help your business grow. I tell you, we've got some great new tools coming on board, and we want to work with 1 or 2 clients over the next few months to help them grow their business and give you and your people access to the online academy. And maybe you don't want us to work with you, but you want access to the academy. Then touch base. So, Lee, I want access to those 150 lessons from me and my people. I want you to show me how you can use that academy very cost effectively to actually make a ton more sales and have a ton more happy customers. So I want to find out more. Touch base with me at leefarnell.com or sellserveprosper.com, or text me at +61412945402. Invest in yourself. Be your best. Be the best you possibly can be. I love it. Henry Ford. My best friend is the friend that brings out the best in me. Let me help you bring out the best in you. Sales playbook, coaching, learning culture, personal development, organizational development, 80% of success. Here's the psychology of success, the psychology of sales success, the psychology of business success. Touch base. Go for it. See you soon.